Yo, what's happening? So this week's video is on Ramadan. So without further ado, roll the tape. So what is Ramadan? Now, Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. Now, unlike the standard Gregorian calendar, the Islamic calendar is a lunar calendar, which means that each month follows the lunar cycle. Now, over the course of a year, this makes the lunar calendar around 11 days shorter than the solar calendar. One of the advantages of this is that as time progresses, different months will fall in different seasons of the year, unlike the solar calendar where the same month will fall in basically the same season every year. This means that different people living in different parts of the world can experience Ramadan in various seasons throughout their lifetime, and in turn can then celebrate Eid in different seasons during various points in their life. So why is Ramadan so special? Now, Ramadan was the month in which the Quran was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, via the angel Jibril or Gabriel. It is said that during Ramadan, the gates of heaven are opened and the gates of hell are closed. And in this month, good actions that we carry out bring a greater reward because of the blessings that are associated with this month. So what exactly happens in Ramadan? So what Ramadan is probably best known for is fasting. Fasting in Islam is the fourth pillar of Islam, which means that it is obligatory on any Muslim who has reached the age of puberty. However, there are exceptions to this rule. That includes people who are ill, people who are traveling, pregnant ladies or women who are breastfeeding, people who are elderly or senile, and even people who experience like exceptional hunger and thirst. So the fast is usually kept from dawn until dusk, where Muslims abstain from eating food and drinking anything, even water, and also refrain from sexual activity, and also to try and remain mindful of other minor sins and just to generally exercise self-control. So what exactly is the purpose, you might ask, of Ramadan and all this fasting? And I'm going to explain what I think are the three main benefits of Ramadan. Now, the first one is a spiritual purpose. So the main spiritual purpose is to surrender and submit ourselves and our will to a higher authority who is our creator, and to attain a nearness to him. And knowing that we're doing things that are physically, spiritually, and mentally right by ourselves, like the right things to do, and knowing that this good has been prescribed to us by this God, allows us to attain a nearness to him. The second purpose is to develop and strengthen our powers of discipline and self-control. And that's so we can resist like wrongful desires and like maybe kick bad habits and stay away from those. And all in all, this helps us to become more disciplined. And the third purpose is to increase our charity and our generosity. So refraining from food and drink pretty much all day voluntarily allows us to step into the shoes of those people who don't have a choice. Not only does it increase our sympathy for them, but it also increases our desire to alleviate their suffering. And it also makes us more grateful for those blessings that we have in our life that we usually take for granted. So what happens at the end of Ramadan? So once the month of fasting has ended, then Muslims usually celebrate with Eid. The Eid at the end, there's two Eids in the year. The Eid at the end of Ramadan is called Eid al-Fitr. And usually on that day, there's a special prayer. So you go to the mosque, do the prayer, and you spend the rest of the day just spending time with your family and friends and pretty much eating and feasting and just celebrating the achievements of the month that's passed. And after all of that, one of the main purposes of Ramadan is to prepare us for the rest of the year. like they say, start as you mean to continue, or words to that effect. So yeah, it kind of sets us up for the rest of the year, and to try and implement those things that we've learned throughout the month in our lives for the rest of the year. And I think that pretty much sums it up. I hope you found this video useful. If you're Muslim, I hope it's been like a nice little reminder just as Ramadan's about to begin. And if you're non-Muslim, then I hope it's given you an insight into what your Muslim friends and colleagues usually experience during Ramadan and the purpose for why they fast. So yeah, if you've got any questions, feel free to message me, and I can do my best to explain things to you. Also, if I've missed anything, which I probably have, then feel free to drop it in the comments and just let me know as well, because I would really appreciate that. Now, as far as my goals go, I was going to switch up my whole routine for Ramadan, but I've decided that I'm going to continue the things that I've been doing already, but increase certain aspects. So for example, they say that Ramadan is the month of the Quran, since I've mentioned that this is the month in which the Quran was revealed. And so for that reason, I've set myself the goal that I'm going to finish the Quran. I want to finish it in Arabic, and I want to finish it in English as well, so I have some understanding, and it gives me some time to ponder and reflect. In Ramadan, there are also prayers that are held at night at the mosque. These are not compulsory, but they are preferred. And over the last few years, I haven't really attended. And so this year, I'm going to set myself the goal of attending at least half of those prayers, working around my routine and work and everything else. And finally, just a general goal to focus on improving and developing my own character. I might do that year round, but in this month, I think it's important to be especially conscious. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.